Hey everybody, Icy Cat here. Today is the launch of the new test server for Operation Steel Wave. Now, if you do not have access to the test server, I am going to take you on a little bit of a tour of the house rework so you can see exactly what's changed and what has stayed the same. So as you can see by looking at the blueprints here, we've got a much bigger overlay of the house map, and we can get a feel for that even just taking a look at the exterior grounds. I am going to pick, for purposes of this, let's start at APC area and just go from there. I'm not going to take Ace because he's a 2-speed, so let's just go with somebody that's just a 3-speed so we can kind of move around the map a little faster and tour things. The new house rework map is just kind of not just a graphic overhaul, but you've also got the blueprints that have changed. Some rooms stay the same. Other things like the front door, you can't get in anymore. It's blocked off. There's just a lot of things that like feels similar, but yet has still managed to change the overall look and feel of the game. So we're gonna start over here in the Apc Spawn area. One of the first things that when you start in this area is that you can no longer get up on top of this like sauna house anymore. There used to be a ladder where you could get up on top there, and that would allow you to see the windows to master bedroom and kids room. But you'll notice that we have no really viable windows that that position would do anything for anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now we can go ahead and rappel up here to the top. We can also come over to the side and rappel up to this balcony here. We're going to go through a little garage. Let's start with the garage entrance. I feel like that's a pretty popular one that we're all super familiar with. So first off, you'll notice here we have this new gate opening. We have a new single window over here. The double window is divided into 2 single windows now, as well as that ledge up there. So as we push through from the gate here, you'll see we have our garages. And the biggest change here is the big garage door cannot be breached. It is a solid metal shutter now. You can still get into little garage door. And an interesting thing from the defender side of things is that you can actually breach the ceiling above it, and then if you're defender, you can sit up top and then fire down on people that are trying to come up to here, place a thermite charge or whatever. So that's a spot for defense that you can watch over the top of that garage. Oh, let's just come into the side here because we do have a new door entrance to the side of big garage. So even though you can't get in this anymore, you can get in here. And let's just start by taking a look at what we got. So right away, when you come through this hallway, you've got this area where it's a hard surface. You can't get through here. And the garage area is somewhat similar to how we knew it. We don't have that open area there anymore. And then we kind of connect over here to the little garage side, which has this sideways vehicle. Then we've got the Kayak Wall, which actually has this new little addition section here back behind it. So you can sit from here and kind of defend the breach if they come through. Then we have this back weight room wall here. It's one like reinforcement segment longer than it used to be. And then we also have just underneath here the stairwell. This used to be a breachable wall, but there's a shelf on the other side of it, so you couldn't come through it. Well, now you can come through it. So you can use this as a rotation point if you'd like, or you can reinforce that. So let's just come through here. Now, rather than having the door here like it used to be, we instead have this little connecting side entrance here, which goes into the laundry room area. We still have the hatch there where it used to be, and it's somewhat recognizable. However, you'll notice that you can't see through these shelves anymore. It's a solid wall there, so it's a little bit more sturdy of a cover point. Then we also have the new addition of this room. It goes a little bit deeper to the west here. So originally when you would come through this door, you would just come through like this. Like you wouldn't have to worry about anything to your right. There was this little half cover thing here, so maybe somebody's on the other side of it, but really that was the worst thing you had to worry about. Well, now, you can have somebody down over here, and that'd be something you might have to be aware of. Also, this part of the ceiling here, where these ceiling tiles are, this is all breachable from above. Same in here. Wherever you have these white ceiling tiles, these are all breachable now. So that's going to change the way that basement gets played. Where these darker tiles are, you cannot breach in these sections. All right, let's take a look. So, stairwell over here, pretty much like we remember it mostly. The double wide door has been changed to a single panel door, but otherwise it's the same. Then we come into weight room. You'll see, first off, the hatch has moved into this new position. It used to be about here. Now we've moved it over into this corner. And this is a little bit more solid cover now, so if you went prone under here, you actually can't see anything. You no longer have that line of sight until you actually expose yourself. And we also have this new point of hardcover here. So if you wanted to get down underneath this, you have a little bit of something going on in the middle of the room. The weight set has been pushed up against the wall rather than in the middle of the room, and it's got some hard cover there. So again, if you needed a point of cover, you kind of have it. We have this new addition here. So this is the part of the room that goes just a little deeper. It's like an unfinished shower area here. They're still kind of working on this area, I guess. And it just creates a point in the room, a little nook that you can come into. Then we also have the depot hallway here like we always had. It's a little bit wider than it used to be, but these walls are no longer breachable. So you can't do anything with that wall anymore like you used to be able to, but it is now a solid point of cover. And so what stairs should we go up? Let's go up the back stairs here. So we'll go up the back stairs. A little different because it's a little wider. Like this little section here and this little section here just makes it a little wider, a little bit more room to move around. Got a drone vent down there. So we come up here and, it kind of looks like it used to. We've got a different color scheme and things like that. This little section of the wall is no longer breachable like it used to be in Old House. We also no longer have this little section over here that we used to be able to see into the room from if we needed to. Even this wall is, anytime you see these gray, they're almost concrete looking walls. These are not breachable. And let's take a look now into the living room area. So this is that hatch that dropped down to where we just were before in weight room. And we still got the pool table here as we always used to, but now we kind of have this air hockey table as opposed to that tipped over couch as a point of cover. And a lot of the windows in this room have been shuttered up. So we just have this window here and then the double window here in the corner. A foosball table here. So we have yet another point of cover, allows us to see deeply into those other rooms. This entire ceiling is now breachable. So if anybody, were up here and they wanted to, I don't know, maybe somebody's underneath, back behind this foosball table, and from above, they could place a breaching charge, and then, you could see them down below you in this position here, just like this. So this entire room is pretty much breachable, as is the floor. Let's take a look into the lobby foyer area here. So this double door main entrance it's just shuttered up now. You can't get in here anymore. Additionally, this whole section is no longer breachable. You used to be able to kind of knock some holes in here while you were on the stair if you wanted to, and then you could sort of like see people as they're approaching that front door. Well, it's all solid concrete now. You can't get through that. This, however, is a new area that you can get into. This wall was always breachable, but there was like desk here, so you could poke holes in it, but you couldn't come through it. Well, now you can. And then you'll notice that although this has a familiar feel, it doesn't go quite as long. This section here is solid. It's just not quite as long as it used to be, so it should be a little bit less of a death trap. Also, the camera is more in the central position here as opposed into the corner like it used to be. All right, let's take a look at kitchen. Kitchen is more or less the same. Like I said, this back wall you can't shoot through anymore, but the hatch is where it always was. We do have a soft wall here. We'll show where that goes in a second. And then it's pretty much the same. We come over here into dining room, and again, kind of the same, a little bigger. There's also a hatch down here, and this is actually an important one, just because it gives you a new line of sight. Drops into that hallway down below, which is just to the side of that big garage. You can see big garage door right there. And so you can use this for rotations, or you can use this for somebody trying to push into the door and just shoot them right as they come in. Again, this is that double window that kind of looks over that. Let's take a look at office now. So, this is a wall I breached in from here. Office is bigger now. It's actually a semi-viable room. The desk has been moved to the other side of the room. And then we do have this new window here that overlooks the garage entrance area, if anybody was down there. But this is that section from up above where you can defend little garage door as a defender. Pretty cool. Also, those windows on either side of the door have been shuttered up. We have a new stairwell back here, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go back to, again, what's familiar, this back staircase area, right? So we're going to come through here, and so this would have been the APC entrance door from the porch. This is an entirely new room now. This is first floor music room. We have a soft wall here, but otherwise, the floor here and the ceiling and whatnot, this is all new stuff. This comes out onto that back area now. So if you were coming from APC Spawn, you would run over here and this is music room. As long as I'm over here, I'm going to show you this because I know people are going to want to know about it. New treehouse. You can come up this ladder here, and you know you can see through the window. You can see this is the main stairway that it used to be. So that is on the left there. That door is the bathroom, and then on the right, that's master bedroom. You can see into what was formerly kids' bedroom here. Not the greatest angle, but you can see in there. You can also see into the room that was formerly workshop, but is now call it pink room. So you can also see into that spot, and then of course into that living room window like we used to as well. This is the slide. No, you cannot go down the slide. Sorry to tell you. If you want to, you can put a drone in there. Creepy red balloon. But yeah, only your drone can come out of there. You can't actually slide down it. So sorry, guys. That was something I wanted to do as well, but we can't. Now, there's no ledge here, so you got to be careful, or no railing, so you have to be careful. You can, however, come back down this ladder, and then I'm just going to let the map respawn, and then we can check out the rest of the map in just a second here. Okay, now we are on the defender side of things, so we're going to be all inside, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. So we're up here in master bedroom. Let's go back to where we were before, though, before we get up into all the bedroom section up here. Okay, so this is the music room we were just in a minute ago, and it's more or less a square room. I mean, we do have some hardcover points here and, here and whatnot, but we do also have this like little nook here. So when you press into this room, if you don't check this pocket to the side, you could be in trouble from somebody that's defending there. So just something to, kind of watch out for. So this is music room. We come over here and we do, like I said before, we do have one soft wall here. The rest of them are not. Then this connects over to TV room. This sort of replaces what living room was, since living room is now just sort of like pool table and, the foosball table and whatnot. So this is where the TV is now with the couch or the recliners, rather the home theater recliners. This is a hardcover point, so you can't shoot through this. So if you were behind here, you'd be relatively safe. The room is more or less cube-shaped. There's this little indentation here that kind of pops out. But for the most part, pretty straightforward room. Again, a couple of hardcover points. We do have this soft wall here that connects into the music room. This other side of this wall is this is actually kitchen, because this used to be the exterior wall, but now it connects, if you were to breach us, into the TV room area. And then we have this little junction room here. It's called connector. This is a new stairwell. We'll get to that in a minute. But then this just sort of wraps around against the dining room. So when you're in dining room, this used to be the exterior wall, but now there's a new door that connects over to the TV room side in the new stairwell. Let's head back to the stairwell that we are pretty familiar with, though, so we have our bearings. So let's go up back stairs. You'll notice that this is very different. So this is way up high. Like you can't vault out this anymore, no matter what you do. And also don't have any options for coming out either of these side ones. We do have a new camera position here, though, which is actually kind of cool. Let's just cycle through those. There we go. So we have this camera that watches over here, and then that's supplemented by the camera that's in the new position. It's more of a central position, so you can really kind of get a good eye on anything really happening up here. Although this camera's going to get it shot out in about half a second flat. But there you go. Those are the two new cameras. So we'll come up the stairs here. So this is over here is what was formerly kids' bedrooms. So let's just take a look in here and see how this has changed. This is a massive change. There's one window. That's it. That's it. We have this new door that connects to the backside here. But again, we have this car bed in here. It's actually called car room now, not kids' bedroom. But I mean, this is what kids' bedroom was. So, the walls the floors in here are all soft, so you can get angles into music room or, some of these. This is actually a really cheeky one, because you can get people that are coming up the stairs, and then you can just go ahead and get the drop on them as they push up the stairs there, which is a really cool sort of turn on how the stairs used to be played. These are all soft walls here. This is master bedroom closet as we kind of knew it, but then this connects into the new rooms, and so let's just step around here and check those out as we step into what's now called playroom. So we have car room and playroom. Kids' room is kind of like divided into two sections now, so to speak. Again, this is an entirely new room. We are standing in what would have been the exterior, just outside in midair once upon a time, but now it's this new room. We do have this new window here that pops out onto this back porch area. So this would overlook the entire outside area. I'm not sure how I feel about it because it seems like people coming from Apc Spawn could get really cheeky, spawn peeks on them as they come out of spawn. Just, I don't know. We'll have to see how toxic that one ends up being. But we have a double wide doorway here that connects to the new reading room. So this is reading room. I'm just going to show you real quick too. This is the new stairs, the third set of stairs. So these come down to, just for our bearings again, this is TV room. This is dining room off the back of kitchen. So these are the new stairs. You could also call them like red stairs because they have the red carpeting on them. But and that is the call out on the compass down below. So those are red stairs. But they come up into reading room here. And again, these are soft walls. So this one connects over to master bedroom. This opens up the backside of master bedroom closet. And then you also have this window here that opens out onto, it's called the reading room balcony, or kind of the front porch on the second floor here. And this is a soft wall. So that's a way to get into master bedroom that's kind of new. So this is master bedroom. Looks a lot different than it used to look. We do still have kind of that central hatchway, but we don't have like a tipped over bookcase anymore. So, when you're on defense, you're going to want to make sure that this is a spot that you've got reinforced if you're up here at all. Same with this wall back here. So this opens up here. Let me do it this way. Okay, so this is bathroom, right? Looks pretty much like how it always looked. We do have a new door here. And also the 3 windows are shuttered up, so we just have the 1 in the center. So I'll just kind of show you how this connects. So we have this outer walkway like we used to. But if you come over here, this is a soft wall from the exterior. So this pushes back into master bedroom too. So that is going to be another popular spot for attackers to breach. So you want to make sure that that is reinforced in most cases as well. But yeah, this is the master bedroom up here on the second floor. Coming into closet, there's a little bit more room to move. You kind of didn't have too much movement to the right that you used to be able to do. Now you can get a little deeper into that. So you can come right up against the wall, but it is a soft wall, and so is that one. So you'll have to be careful of that. You can't do that little trick anymore where you used to be able to shoot out the little section there and see along the side, because this wall is now unbreakable. So we do still have this bookcase and sideways dresser here in the middle of the floor, but you can't use it like we used to be able to. The hatch is still there though. I mean, that's pretty much unchanged. So again, coming over to bathroom, that's the same. Now let's take a look at what was formerly workshop. This has now been a finished room. It's called Pink Room, obviously a girl's room. It has its own version of closet in here with some soft walls on either side. Sorry, My Little Pony. So we come over here and we've got an actual dollhouse that is the model of the house that we are in. Kind of another cheeky spawn. There's no tree here to even block this shot anymore, so it's pretty easy to get people coming out of that spawn. And then we have this back hallway. So this wraps around and connects with master bathroom again. So we have sort of like another rotation point. Let me just throw some impact grenades here and you can really get a feel for what this does. So this overlooks the top of the stairs. And just as a way to sort of wrap around the back side here, or if you just want to open it up and have ways to, engage people that are maybe pushing on certain areas of the map, you can do that. So this is an entirely new hallway here. I guess this would have been kind of like where that slatted blind window was right here, and then this would have been like the outer rooftop that would have connected with this rooftop, and it would just come up here, and then this would be like the workshop window where it used to be. Well, now it's a door, and this is an interior hallway. So that's kind of how they've changed that. So that is our complete walkthrough for all the rooms in the new house rework. There's a lot more interior real estate to run around in. Again, big sections of the map are really kind of the same, or at least super recognizable with minor differences. Obviously, the textures and artwork has really gotten a major upgrade in quality. But, once you push past like this point, that's where you get the new rooms. So on the first floor, we've got the new music room and the new TV room. And then the connector room that goes upstairs to the new reading room and the new kids' play room. So it's like those 4 rooms, the 2 up on the second floor and then the 2 down below on the first floor, are kind of like the new additions to the room. But even everything else has been kind of made, bigger and just more interesting, giving a lot more options in many instances, although in some cases taking some options away for balancing reasons. So that is the complete walkthrough of the new house rework. Hope you liked it. If you don't have the test server and you haven't had a chance to check it out, you now have a full and complete idea of what the new map rework looks like. Again, this is a casual only map. This will not appear in ranked. Unless they wind up changing something at some point in the future, this will forever only be a casual map. And that's unfortunate because, you don't get the ability to pick your spawns and do some of the things that you could do in a ranked map, but still probably not, balanced well enough for a ranked map or necessarily big enough, even though they've expanded it. But that is a complete walkthrough for the new house rework. Hope you're able to enjoy that, and I will definitely be covering the new content that is coming out with the test server that we're going to be on for the next month, as well as any changes that wind up coming as a result of the test server. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. We'll also be discussing all of this news and information on our weekly podcast over on Rainbow Six Radio. So check that out if you haven't already. I'll put the link for that in the comment below the video player, or you can see it on the screen at this time. That is a weekly podcast. You can find that on any place that you find your podcasts. We are on Anchor FM, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, any place where you normally find your podcast content. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Click that notification so you get alerted as soon as new content becomes available. Make sure you follow me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.